Okay. So hi guys, I'm Aryan. I'm a sophomore at IIT Bombay studying mathematics. And today I'm going to present to you as a part of Ecoloop GC automobile industry transition to circular economy. Relax while you hear this music and hear me talk about automobile industry. So moving on to the first slide. Introduction. The transition to the automobile industry to a circular economy. As you can see in this diagram, you see niche experimental solutions go to food production or food consumption or food surplus and waste management. Now this is a circular outlook to the entire situation. As you can see, nutrients and matter enter the food production and then we go to consumption, and either it goes to the output or it goes to food surplus. So we're going to stress on the importance of budget friendly and environmentally friendly practices and how these practices benefit both the industry and the consumers. Moving on, circular economy in the automobile industry. As we saw in the food example, we're going to now translate those same options in cars and trucks and other vehicular situations. Shifting from a linear to a circular economy model in the automobile industry is fairly complex. We can see in the diagram how linear economy works. We have raw materials which go to production and use and non-recyclable waste. That would be a linear example because nothing really circles back. Now we have a improved model efficiency wise. It's called reuse economy, where raw materials go for production, then we use them, some of which can be recycled, and then we have non-recyclable waste. And in a circular economy, we would want it to be the most efficient form. Therefore, everything goes for recycling, and we won't want any non-recyclable waste. Implementing sustainable practices throughout the entire life cycle of vehicles is what we're trying to aim. And also, this would maximize the use of resources by promoting reuse and reducing waste. Moving on, we discuss budget-friendly solutions. Now, the picture does a very good justice on how we're gonna go about it. For example, we see lots of these daily use items which you can reduce, reuse, and recycle in various forms. Adopting remanufacturing and refurbishing techniques to extend the life cycle of vehicles is what we're trying to aim for. Utilizing recycled and reclaimed materials in the manufacturing process and implementing efficient research management strategies to reduce costs. So surely this would help the benefit of everyone to be more budget friendly, because this is what we're trying to go for. Now, the next slide discusses environmental benefits on this entire venture. Now, there's a lot of hype about getting net zero carbon emissions, and a lot of countries are aiming to be net zero carbon free by some deadline. For example, India is aiming by 2075. A lot of countries, including US, are planning to go carbon efficient or net carbon zero by 2030, if I remember correctly. But if we needed to get it done by 2050, say, we're going to need to increase solar and wind capacity, because these are renewable forms of energy and do not produce any harmful byproducts. We're going to need to increase solar and wind capacity by 3.5 times to 500 gigawatts. That's a lot. Next, we need to eliminate most electricity generation from coal, because coal is very harmful. Remember that. Number 3, maintain current natural gas generating capacity for reliability, because if it's unreliable form of energy, that's not good, right? That's not really good, is it? Because it would put pressure on current forms of government to rely on non-renewable forms of energy, which we don't want. Number 4, increase non-zero emission Increase zero emission vehicle sales share to 50%. That would mean EVs, another form of electric vehicles, which is in the uptick nowadays. Fifth point is increase sales share of building heat pumps to 50%. Heat pumps are very essential. We don't want it to burn out, right? Number 6, all new buildings and appliances meet strict energy efficient goals. Number 7, research and development for carbon capture, sequestration, and carbon neutral fuels. Also a very good measure. I think we should do it. Number 8 is build energy transmission and pipelines for carbon dioxide and hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas, if we could harness it, it's beautiful. It's very cost efficient. It's very amazing. It's just what Elon Musk is trying to do. I think we all need to do it too at our homes, I guess. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions through the use of vehicle and hybrid vehicles is what we learned is good. Encouraging the use of sustainable fuels and alternative energy resources is also good. And minimizing the extraction of raw materials and reducing resource consumption is also good. Now, we move on to the next slide, which is cost reduction through circular economy. We all saw how circular economies are very resource efficient. What we put in, we try to reuse it and not let anything go to waste. So we take raw materials, we design it, we process it, we distribute it, we use it, reuse it, repair it. For example, my 10-year-old jeans. Then when it's all done for, we collect it and try to recycle it. Surely I'm gonna go for quite a while now on this because I love my jeans. And whatever the waste remains is the efficiency cost. We cannot get it to 100% currently at this stage. Lowering production costs by utilizing recycled materials is what we're trying to aim for in this slide. Reducing waste disposal and landfill cost through recycling and repurposing. Enhancing product durability and reducing maintenance and repair expenses. We don't want things to get expensive than they already are. Moving on, we're going to discuss consumer benefits of this entire venture. Look at this beautiful vehicle. It's a food truck. Tasty, yummy, fresh. Feed the street. Friendly food. Now, what does this remind you of? What kind of emotions does it bring out in your head? It's all pink. It's all good. It's all efficient. Now, vehicle wrap makes the look of a car like a fleet vehicle. These are also called food trucks in a lot of places. We had one coming to IIT Bombay, this Mood Indigo. It was nice. Now, providing affordable options through the availability of pre-owned and refurbished vehicles. For example, this food truck. Now, this screams the word enjoy and environmental friendly in bold letters. You might not see it, but it's there. It's a little eatery, if you will. I bet they use a lot of recycled materials. Now, maybe this vehicle was in the junkyard, but no one was using it. So we use it, we redesign it, we repurpose this vehicle for a economical purpose. This is what we're trying to aim for. Reuse all the junk to something fun. Junk to fun. Hard ventures. Providing affordable options. Beyond that, we need to offer cost-effective maintenance and repair service for circular economy vehicles. Provide incentives and tax benefits for purchasing an environmentally friendly vehicle. For example, Delhi. That is one of the first states to implement a tax benefit on electric vehicles, which is a good move. But I don't know how it's panned out. But I'm sure there'll be an uptake and upsell of, not an upsell, but an uptake of general EV usage in the near future, as we can see in the first world countries already. I'm sure other countries will pick up on that. So, nothing happens without the industry, especially a wide-scale adoption of a lot of consumer items. For example, cars, toilet papers, and paper rolls. Encouraging collaboration between automobile manufacturers, suppliers, and recyclers is the number one, is one of the best steps to take for quick and efficient and really fast, fast adoption of recycling. Now, Autotech review, which is Good is what we're trying to achieve here. Promoting the sharing of best practices and knowledge within the industry, advocating for supportive policies and regulations to facilitate circular economy practices. I'm sure you're enjoying me yapping throughout this entire slide and the beautiful music in the background, but why has it shut down? Thank you. So, yeah, industry collaboration is very essential so that wide audiences pick on the best habits that we're trying to build. Moving on, we're going to discuss some innovations in automobile industry. In the past 20 years, a lot of hype has been discussed, has come about in efficient and more environmentally friendly policies in EV sector or automobile sector in general. We have seen more usage of recyclable materials in body and tires and plastic, rubber, metal, composites. This is according to Transparency Market Research 2017, and this chart does a beautiful job representing that thing. We have integrated smart technologies for efficient energy management. For example, you might see a digital pedometer now. Isn't it way more efficient than the mechanical one? I bet it is. Introduction of car sharing and ride sharing, for example carpools, should reduce the number of vehicles on the road, which would reduce overall carbon dioxide production and in general is very efficient on the environment to sustain for longer. Successful examples: Volvo's commitment to reusing recycled materials in their vehicles is good. Clean Seas turned the tide on plastic. Tesla's innovative approach to battery recycling and reuse. Ford's remanufacturing program for energies and transmissions. These are all good examples of how we're going to get on this. To conclude, the automobile industry's shift to a circular economy is both budget friendly and environmentally friendly. Look at this circle. Doesn't it look complete? Embracing circular economy practices benefits the industry, consumers, and the environment. Collaboration, innovation, and policy support are crucial for the successful transformation of the industry. Note, please keep in this mind that this is a fictional presentation and the information provided may not be up to date or reflect the real world. Examples of surely this is somewhat of an ideal concept, but we're getting there. We're surely getting there. We need to invest in infrastructure, develop markets for recycled material, design better products, reduce process waste, and optimize life cycle through alternative consumption. And this is by Sustainable Global Resources Limited.